Alicia? Still here. I'm thinking. Two wrongs don't make a right, but two negatives make a positive, right? Like in English? I'm not going means I'm going, right? And your point is? In math, you multiply a negative number by a negative, you get a positive, right? Still waiting for the point. Go turn on the blanket and take a particle bath. You can't get more invisible. Maybe it'll be like two negatives make a positive. That's the point, smarty pants. Right, like I'm just going to turn it on and see what happens. You're the one whining about being so hopeless. Here's some hope. What do you have to lose? Bobby? Bobby, answer me. I'll get back to you. Bobby, wait. Don't. I'm sorry. Really. Don't. Something could happen. You mean something bad? Something worse than this? I don't think so. I'll call you in the morning. And I shut the whole thing down. The trouble with screen talking is it keeps going on and on until someone finally decides to get back to real life. And that's what I'm doing. I walk up to the front parlor, open the French doors slowly so they won't squeak, and wake up Dad. He's got my blanket carefully folded into a suit box with the controller all reassembled, set to take to the lab in the morning because my blanket is a scientific artifact now. I pick up the box and wind my way through the dark house again, up the back stairs and into my room. I plug the blanket into the controller and put the controller right where it always sits on my bedside table. After I toss the feather comforter onto the floor, I spread the blanket out over the bed. Then I plug the control unit into the wall right where it was plugged in on that Monday night. And before I have a chance to chicken out, I close my door, shut off the light, peel down to my boxers, and climb under the covers. And with my right hand, I feel around in the dark until I find the controller, then the dial, and then the little switch. But I don't flip it. I can't. Because what will happen? Will I die? Those angry words I typed down in the den, are those the last words I'll ever say to Alicia? But I have to do something. I have to. And I do. I flip it on. A faint orange glow lights the dial, and I squint and see it to 5, right in the middle, just like always. Then I lie back on my pillow and pull the covers up so only my nose is sticking out into the chilly air, just like always, except my mouth is dry and my chest is heaving. And I imagine the solar wind blowing the stardust around, trillions of energized particles bombarding the earth, radiation I can't see or feel, and then I imagine I can feel the X-rays and the gamma rays, feel them pinging on my eyelids, shooting through my skull, making the palms of my hands tingle like they've fallen asleep. And I'm under my blanket, and it's warm and toasty, and my heart is thumping, and my mind is racing, and I'm watching to see if the room starts to shimmer or glow. And I feel like an idiot. Like maybe I should start chanting some magic words, because this whole thing is so ridiculous. I'm trying to recreate something that was probably a 1 in a billion event. I mean, it could have been a certain cloud above our house with some weird mix of pollution and chemicals in it from some power plant in Jolie. Maybe that cloud messed with the solar wind junk before it got to me sleeping in my bed. Or Dr. Van Doren could have just gotten the whole thing wrong. Maybe the two dates relate to some phenomenon no one has ever even discovered yet. Who says he and Dad know so much anyway? Their machines are big and shiny, and they whir and hum, but do they really know more than some Stone Age witch doctor with a rattle and a gourd full of ground-up frog bones? Years don't scare me much anymore. That's what Alicia just said. She's not wishing her life was different. She's dealing with the life she has. She's not trying to get back to how things used to be. How things used to be. I don't want that. Not exactly. I'll never be exactly like I was. I just want some choices back. Even Alicia's got choices to make. Not me. I have only two, stay hidden or go public. And if I go public instantly, I'm a scientific oddity. Front page news, two choices, and they both stink. 15 minutes by the clock, and there's nothing. No unearthly glowing, no strange crackling sounds, no arcing electrical charges, nothing. I feel like I should get up and go message Alicia. She probably thinks I'm turning myself into a gob of protoplasm or something. But it's 12:07 now. The digital thermostat has cut the temperature in the house back to 55. And I've been missing my good old blanket. It's too comfortable to get up and go downstairs again. Besides, that might mess up the big experiment, right? So I roll over onto my side and think about things I'd like to say to Alicia. And after another 5 minutes or so, the Sandman's got me.